Welcome back to my channel, everyone. I just wanted to discuss a bit of a topic with you guys about muscle building. So this is probably more aimed at those who have been lifting for a while and those who have kind of put on those newbie gains, and now is sort of, it's a lot harder to see progress and to see muscle growth and all that sort of thing. So I'm going to talk and mention a few pointers that are worth considering and worth putting into your workout that you should do to build some muscle. So the first point I'm going to make in terms of building muscle is to lift heavy. So that means consciously making an effort to go up in weight every session. So if you want to build your chest, then probably start with a compound movement like bench press, and consciously make an effort to keep building strength and keep going up in weight. It's the same with if you want to build your booty or something like that. A compound lift like squats or something like that, you need to be progressively overloading and progressively going up in weight and making it challenging for yourself. So that sometimes will mean that you have to sacrifice a little bit of technique to hit the weight, just so you progressively overload and get better, get stronger, build more muscle. The next point worth making is compound lifts. So you need to include compound lifts if you want to gain muscle. So if you want to bring your shoulders up, start with a compound lift like shoulder press with the barbell. If you want to build your glutes, your legs, your quads, whatever, start with a compound movement like deadlifts, sumo deadlifts, squats, something like that. Same with your chest, things like that. Start with a compound lift, just because that is a full body, it's a big heavy movement where you can absolutely try and max out sort of thing, so that you are building more muscle. Third point I'd like to make is make sure you are eating enough protein. So in terms of you're asking yourself, how much protein should I be having? 1 gram per pound of body weight at least. So 1 to 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight, if you know what I mean. So if you're 109 pounds, you should at least be having 109 grams of protein. I would probably sit at 120 if that was me, but that sort of range. Make sure you're eating enough protein and make sure you're sort of timing that around your workout. So make sure you're going into your session having had a bit of protein, and make sure you're finishing your session and having a bit of protein as well. Fourth point is that if you do really want to optimize the amount of muscle you are gaining, I know this is controversial, people do tend to say that you can build muscle and lose fat, but I don't know, from experience it doesn't really work that way. Even at maintenance, building muscle is going to be hard. You need to eat in a surplus to be putting on muscle. So if you're eating in a deficit, which means you're burning more calories than you are eating, then there's not going to be enough food there to build muscle, because you're going to burn away the food you've eaten and you're going to start burning your fat stores, which means you're not going to be putting on muscle. So do make sure you're eating in a surplus. So I would say your maintenance calories, and then bump it up probably to 500 calories more than your maintenance, and sit around there. Weigh yourself, keep yourself comfortable at a comfortable body fat that works for you, but you do need to sacrifice some body fat weight gain for muscle. And with saying that, the scales, you're going to be heavier because you are growing muscle as well, so it's not all fat. Don't stress about that, but if you do want to maximize the amount of muscle you're putting on, the amount of strength you are gaining, you need to eat in a surplus. Last but not least, the last point I want to make is to limit your cardio. So cardio is primarily, from a bodybuilding perspective, cardio is obviously for like your health, but not only that, but from a bodybuilding perspective, cardio is generally for fat loss, for dieting down, for getting leaner and that sort of thing. So cardio is certainly not going to help build muscle. It's just going to probably make you have to eat more to be in a surplus. It might take you into a deficit, or in terms of depending on what sort of cardio you're doing, it is maybe you're losing fat and muscle as well combined. So limit your cardio, or if you really do want to do your cardio, make sure you're still eating enough, and make sure you're not like absolutely straining yourself like with an hour of cardio, because that would really make it tough to build some muscle. So they are my points that I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.